Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Kerbal Space Program. Recover this. Bad space plane debris, not space plane. Just grab it. Look at that. Free money. Very, very small amounts of free money. Why not, right? Alright, mission control. What do we have active right now? On the last episode, we actually managed to orbit the moon effectively. It's very exciting for me. I think usually I like to go like big leap forward, or let's rephrase it. Normally I like to do one episode that's a great leap forward for mankind, and one episode that's one small step for man. So we got a lot of contracts that are like completely plausible to knock out here. For example, test the Spark liquid fuel engine orbiting Kerbin. Ice cold, easiest thing in the world. 80,000 and 90,000 meters. Might be a little tougher, but I don't know about that. Obviously, our next big thing is going to be landing on the moon. We'll do that when we feel comfortable. But it's on the to-do list, and I'm not joking whatsoever. So I think we can easily test this heat shield. We can easily test this liquid fuel engine when we're landed. We can, with a slight degree of, let's start with this. We can easily test the Spark liquid fuel engine when we're orbiting. And with some slight difficulty, we might be able to test the turbofan engine. This also gives us a good reason to build our first space plane. So I think we got a good docket for this episode. We'll start with some easy contracts to hopefully knock some stuff out here. Goodbye, Tomo. I'm sorry you didn't want to watch this episode live. None taken. None taken. Test the heat shield, 0.625 meters. We got to test the liquid fuel engine when we've landed. Haul the turbofan engine into flight above Kerbin, and so we need one that launches and lands, a space plane, and then our orbiter. And for our orbiter, we're probably just going to use the one that we already used for the moon, which I think is called Da Moon, and we'll modify it as necessary. Might as well start reusing those parts, right? Okay, so first, this is just going to be, I guess we have to put a part on first, right? Step one, this is just going to be testing landed. Used to test some parts to fulfill contracts, and then you just write deprecated, which means if anybody ever asks us questions about this on the internet, we just go, it's been deprecated actually, so you don't need to know about that, even though it would solve your problem. I digress. Unity. Anyway, 0.625 meters. Boom. Not a big heat shield, but a heat shield nonetheless. Then we want a stack decoupler. And what was our other thing that we were supposed to test? It was an ant liquid fuel engine after we've landed. What is this? An engine for ants. Hilarious. Okay. The thrust, 0.508 kilonewtons. It's literally got 1/500th the thrust of the Thumper. I mean, the Thumper is maybe not a great example. And the Spark is what we test when we're in orbit. So it's got 1/32nd the thrust of that. The Terrier, it's got like 1/30th the thrust of the Terrier. So this thing is going to be mad weak. So we really, I think we want like one level 100 fuel tank because we want it to be as light as is humanly possible. And, the ant, oh my. Surely this is meant to be used for like, I mean, I don't even know, like a satellite or something? Something extremely light. I don't even know if it'll be able to lift this off the ground. But we can at least test it, I think. And all we need to do is go up and then come back down and land. So I think we'll make this as simple as possible. What is a reaction wheel again? Series of spinning discs to generate torque necessary to control a spacecraft without wasting propellant. Oh, okay, so it's like it's an aeronautical fidget spinner that we can use to balance ourselves, I guess. Interesting. Maybe just makes SAS that much better. Or if we attach it, we can maybe like reposition, I don't want to put these on here, by the way, but I just want to see them. We could use them to reposition like solar panels or something, so that, I don't know, like adjust the angle on solar panels so they're actually facing the sun. I'm just throwing out potential ideas at this point that might not manifest in anything at all. Just throw a little... Oh, I mean, that is just perfect right there, obviously. And then, straight up, like, a level 200 fuel tank and an engine we actually respect. And I don't think you need these, but I love the idea of actually landing properly. Yeah, we don't need landing gear, but... So we're gonna launch. Then we're gonna decouple this. We're gonna land. Attempt to land, at least. Those might get detached. We're gonna attempt to land. Then we're gonna take off again. And we're gonna test the heat shield at the very end. I actually think, based on my meager experience in Kerbal Space Program, we should add a stack decoupler in between the heat shield just so we can stage into the heat shield. Hear me out here. So launch, decouple. This thing launches however high it's going to go, which I don't think is very high at all. Then we're going to lose that, land on the heat shield, and then stage it to bump it out. I don't know if that's going to work. I think I can do this, though. Save it, launch it. If we can land it, I would just be stunned with this to begin with. We might need stabilizers if this thing falls down, but it didn't, which is swell. So we'll just launch. I really just want to, like, burn up all of my fuel and then land. So I'm just gonna... I don't want to get too high off the ground here. Let's put our landing gear away. Get our contracts up and be ready to go here. Again, just trying to burn off as much fuel as we can without actually generating that much downward force. Because, yeah, I guess if we land at like a super high speed, that's going to end up compromising my ability to use my landing gear properly, is my guess at least. Let's try to slow your roll here. Again, most efficient way to run this, probably not. So I'm just gonna hit us with like a quick little burn at the end. Get rid of it. Landing gear. What was I thinking? Oh man. Okay. Tell you what. Hear me out. Launch. Cut throttle, decouple. Alright, let's see if this works. This thing's definitely going to explode when it hits the ground. But we didn't. We're alive. So we've landed. Can we test our heat shield? Alright, so there's one mission accomplished. Let's recover vessel. Mission complete. Apparently we gained reputation over the course of that. I'll dispute that, but that's fine. Alright, so here's what I'm actually thinking now. I still want the landing gear, but I actually just want this. I think I just want this little part here. So you think you can dance? Great show. The ant is just not... Oh, we did it? Alright. That'll do it then. I didn't think that... You have to get off the ground to land, which is why I was surprised that counted, but I guess we did technically move ourselves slightly above the ground. Okay. Kerbin orbit 80,000 and 90,000 meters and test the spark liquid fuel engine. Alright, so what we're going to do here is very, very simple. Open. And it's done. We know it works perfectly fine. We're going to get rid of the Terrier engine. And we're going to put the Ant engine on. Sorry, the Spark engine on instead. Versus the Terrier engine. Much less thrust vector, but its ASL thrust is better. I don't know what that means. Maybe small, but it packs quite a punch. Larger doesn't always mean better. The box it comes in is pretty cool. Thanks for the... Really appreciate the joke there. Thank you. So, Daman. Revert to version 1.00. Capable of orbiting. Daman. Replace spark engine in final stage with Terrier if necessary. Okay. Let's launch this up. So we want, it doesn't really matter what our apoapsis is as long as we get to orbit. Really should check the staging, but I digress. Plenty of time to just get rid of these. Keep this up here. We want orbit at 80,000 and 90,000 meters, and we know this thing is capable of doing it because we've done it. I mean, in the last episode, this rocket was actually functional. Is it the most efficient? No. But a rocket completely of our own design managed to make it. It was a big moment for me personally. Where are we at here in terms of apoapsis? 37,000. All right, decouple. Fire these bad boys, please. Thank you. I was just stabilizing myself slightly before it happened. We should have so much extra fuel that this is like almost a joke. Why does it sound like you're on fire? It's this engine. This engine's firing right now. You're not supposed to fire yet. Get up here. Stop firing. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's fine. Not the most efficient way to get into orbit. But I think we're okay. Take SAS off to save a little electrical power. Although, again, I think these engines have alternators, so they're kind of okay with it. SAS on. This should be a trajectory that allows us... 158. That allows us to get to orbit. So I'm basically just going to burn it right away. All we got to do is hope that the final engine has enough, like, to get us back to Kerbin. And we're not stuck in outer space forever, like, you know... the doctor from the Lost in Space movie that they made with Matt LeBlanc in 1998. That dude always creeped me out when he turned into the weird spider thing. You remember that? Spooky, dude. And orbit, please. He's done it. I don't think we're going to decay, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Get rid of this. It still doesn't have us as being in orbit yet. No! Alright. Revert flight. This was completely my bad. I want to get ready to build a space plane, but we just need to stage it better. This engine is not here. These engines are here. This engine goes up here. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Queen slay. Okay, let's go. Totally my bad. Pilot error. Well, engineer error, really, because I had the staging wrong in the vehicle assembly bay. It's just stupid that, for me, that mistake didn't become apparent until far too long into the actual launch. But, you know, once you're strapped to this ICBM and you're going straight up, or up at a 90-degree heading, with a 45-degree yaw. Yas! I'm sorry. Too much Battlegrounds. It's working. It's working. Jake Lloyd, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. It's still working. So this should be an easier orbit than the last one. Pretty much when we're not at a 45-degree angle, by the way. 45-degree angle is the intersection of these two lines right here. So this is where we want to be to burn at a 45-degree angle. Again, I think, like, why not go to 110? Strikes me as completely okay. Tons of fuel left over, so we're just going to SAS off and keep ourselves as aligned with that 90-degree heading, I should say, as is feasible. And we want to be, like, on the horizon roughly. SAS can go back on. And that looks beautiful to me. Maybe 2 more degrees. Sweet, okay. All right, we can warp to apoapsis. We're getting half decent at this part, at least. I like letting the game control the time warp. That way, you know, I feel like I'm absolved of all guilt. So it's going at triple time on the seduction line. Just a one of a kind, and we are totally flying. I don't think it was that bad, and that's what bothers me. All right. Parallel to the horizon. Full throttle. Always got to remember, hit Z, not space. And that vector is coming out nicely there. Certainly this stage will give us enough fuel, or will have enough fuel for us to get around the planet here. I'm kind of in an if it ain't broke, don't fix it mode with this rocket right now. You know, it was capable of getting us to the moon before. I don't think we should mess with that. I think we should just keep that stable. You know, that's the #1 at our Kerbal Space restaurant. We can experiment from there. That seems great. We can experiment from there if we so choose. Now we just need to warp to 80,000 and 90,000 meters. But don't mess with it, you know? So it's 80,000 and 90,000 meters. You know, slash, press slash to cancel. You want the other slash? Okay. If periapsis is 70,000, I'm assuming this is going to be like around 80 to 90. Let's warp here. We can always press slash to cancel. Let's stop. Okay. Just be ready for it. Because what we have to do to test the engine is decouple. And then just hitting the space bar should do it. By my estimation. Throw in a quick save there just in case. But I believe that that's the case. I believe that pressing the space bar should solve all our problems. Now, actually, let's go speed 1 for a second. Because we should be aligned along the prograde marker. Or actually, we should be aligned along the retrograde marker, to be real with you. But that way we're burning to get back into Kerbin's atmosphere instead of flying out into space. So as soon as I see that these conditions are right, I'm going to press space and Z. In that order. It's going to be another maybe 6 or 7 seconds. And if it works, I'm going to feel pretty good about this one. This contract is worth money. Okay, space. Z. I mean, it already worked on space, but... And our periapsis is like very, 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 very slowly decaying here. But we've used actually 0 fuel. Like an incalculably, wait. An incalculably, why can't I say that word? The amount of fuel we've used is so low that it's not possible to calculate. I'll admit, it's not doing what it's doing particularly quickly, but so be it, right? I'm for it nonetheless. We probably don't need to decay our orbit to the point at which it actually goes into the planet, but we have now done so, so that's fine. Well, I mean, again, it's like a really, really easy way to conserve fuel, apparently. Or at least it's... I don't even know. It's a loaded word to say that it's an efficient engine, because I don't know if that's the case. What I do know is we've completed our contract, so let's get back to the planet as safely as possible. Will you let me warp here? They will not. No, not while we're accelerating. Okay. Well, I think, honestly, we're on full throttle. I think we should cut the engine, decouple, keep ourselves aligned along the retrograde, and basically just speed up as much as they'll allow me to. Because the heat shield, if we're pointed towards the retrograde, the heat shield should block as much of the heat as is possible, I think. Again, it's probably bad form to come in at such a, like a parallel angle. I don't know, it's actually like completely getting the job done, so disregard that. We should be through the heaviest part of the atmosphere pretty soon here. Just make sure the parachute's ready to pop. There we go. I guess we've already taken an experiment in the desert. Dude, successful mission. We could test the turbofan if we wanted to, but where's the fun in that? I'd much rather build a plane and actually try to have it function. Because that it strikes me as a different challenge than the ones we've done before. Alright. So another contract completed. Raising our prestige, which may matter for nothing. Picking up science without really doing anything, that feels good at least. Funds are going way up, and research and development, we can pick up nothing at all. Everything costs 90 from this point on. So we are going to have to probably do some dedicated science. Science data from the surface of the Mun. I mean, I have to imagine that's going to be worth a lot. I don't want to test any more parachutes, okay? Sure, maybe ferrying a VIP. Although it's just for money. 2 tourists? It's just for money. Well, and prestige as well, but... Okay, active. Weasley, turbofan engine, 3,000 to 5,000 meters, 130 to 200 meters per second. Let's give it a try. Not saying I got high hopes. Just saying it's plausible. Now that we have all the materials necessary. So obviously you do need fuel for an airplane. How much? I have no idea. And then you need a fuselage as well. I'm already like, I'm in it over my head. Need a fuselage as well. You know what? You know what might be for the best here? What if you, do we need to set up fuel lines, by the way? Fuel lines. You know you want it. Utility? No. Maybe we don't need any fuel lines. And then what do airplanes look like? I've ridden in an airplane before. I feel like I should know this. An airplane has many aerodynamic features associated with it. For example, definitely has a nose cone on its anus, as we've established many times. Now, where's... Let's start with the engine, just because I want to know more about it. This engine works best at low cruising speeds and altitudes. Drains evenly, respecting cross-feed. Does this engine require an intake? Also, oh wait, does it go on the back? It goes on the back. I was looking to make like the, you know, twin engine sort of deal here. All right. Well, then we know... sorry, I clicked on the make it not the active window there for a second. We know some other things about airplanes. They have tail fins. That's correct. These are very important. You ever see an airplane without one of these? Do not get on it. Unless I designed it. Then I give you my personal seal of approval. Okay? We know that they have wings. Oh, tail connector. See, I guess what we also could have done is... Okay, replace that with that. Okay, there you go. Oh, that's a sick airplane, dude. And then these bad boys should connect to, like... Hear me out here. Hear me out here. Structural fuselages. Yeah, this is the ticket. This is the ticket right here. Wait a minute. Can we also do this with air intake? That's in aerodynamics, right? No. Okay, here's how you do it. Easiest thing in the world. I don't even know if these require air, but I'm assuming turbo fan. Fans blow air. Maybe it needs air to power our airplane. Why not, right? I'm telling you, first try. So we want bilateral symmetry. It looks like an airplane from Grand Theft Auto 5. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's how you make an engine right there. Just a big old fuselage full of nothing, right? Something about this doesn't seem right. But you know what? I think I'm incorrect. That's the problem. Okay, now you've made that part. Take that off there. Look at that. Look at... Okay, no, you don't want... That's a paper airplane that crashes into the ground. That's what you're looking for right there. And can you just put this under the airplane, please? No, here's the... Because I want you to... Yeah, but I prefer if the wing didn't go through the little engine archetype. You see what I mean? Oh, look at that. That's an airplane. All right. And then the next step is your landing gear. You gotta have that. You get a couple of these. And then you get one of these. Like here. Dude, it's the cutest airplane of all time. What could go wrong? Let's launch this bad boy. All right. Okay, good start, good start. Start with the throttle up, please. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Breaker, breaker. This is Boeing 69F taking off from runway 001. Over and out. It appears that the runways, somebody's greased up the runway. Yeah, you have permission to not explode. Over and out, Jebediah. So this is where I would like to tell my pilot to pull up, please. Pull up. SAS on. Oh, he's done it. This thing's going buck wild, man. Pull up. Well, it's cruising. This is gonna be a problem, though. This is where you look or you leap. Okay, we're gonna... Okay. He lived, though. Something's right. Like, these wheels are turned inwards. That's a bad play. Yeah, you never want to do that. There you go. Yeah, you want those wheels straight on. I don't know if you even need this one. Like, they always have one like this, but I don't want my ship to lean forward that much. Let's take this off, just see how it looks, right? I don't expect it to work, but yeah, see, like, that's a problem. Throttle up. Breaker, breaker. Let's go. Pull up. Oh, it's sparking. Okay, this one's not going to work either. The problem is that it's leaning forward too much. What about a fixed landing gear on the front? Instead of, well, we probably want it to be able to steer on the front, right? Like this doesn't look right at all. Look at that. That's just horrendous. But I don't want it to lean forward so much. But it's kind of not possible to fix that with the current design of the airplane. As you can see, can we not like extend the? We had a strut that extends. Hear me out here. Yeah, modular girder segment. That's every airplane needs a modular girder segment. Is something I have said for years. Just a little girder on the front of the air. You never fly with Air Canada? They got these girders on the front of the airplanes for stability, they say. Yeah, that's how you launch an airplane, right there. All right. This is all about experimentation, okay? This is NL's Lego. Oh, that's the ticket. You can't stop this bird from launching. Do we need like some flaps to get us airborne or something? We can steer a little bit, but can't help but feel that it might be nice to have. Oh, well. Yeah, that's gonna, okay, so we lost a wing in the process there. That's been known to happen. I don't know if that's specifically the girder's fault, but couldn't have helped. Hear me out. Okay. Hear me out here. Hear me out. Put the engines on top of the wings. Like, oh, look at, it's beautiful. And then he's done it. You put the landing gear not on the wings, but on the fuselage, like so. And surely this bad boy is as stable as it comes. Okay, give it a shot, buddy, give it a shot. Here we go. Not touching the ground with any parts of the airplane is a pretty good start. Let's take SAS off. I'm assuming S is pull up. No, S is push down. W's pull up? Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. The thing is stable now, which is kind of stunning to me. Until it rocks and then explodes. Okay, alright, I understand the concern here. And it's not an unfounded concern. The plane, when it gets going too fast, falls over. You can recognize that in many parts of the world that's considered unsafe. I want to put the landing gear. Yeah, inside of the wing is what I intended there, of course. Like, I've been on airplanes before. I roughly understand how an airplane looks. Though it may surprise you. What if we just put these in, like, the middle? Like, the rough center of gravity here. How does this... I mean, it's gonna point forward when it goes, right? And then, I still think this is pretty bad. One second. Elavoon. Elavon, I should say. I'm assuming these go on wings... Or not. Like, are they not flaps? Am I losing it? Maybe we don't want swept wings. Maybe we want, winglets? Or deluxe, Delta Deluxe winglets? Like, this now is starting to look like an airplane I don't want to be on. The wings are too small. This just looks like a dart you throw and then forget. go back to the swept wings. They always say takeoff and landing are the hardest part, right? I just want to make the first piece of landing gear, like, taller. Anyway, let's give this a shot. We're already moving, so hey, we got a head start on the competition, I'd say. Ruka, now's not the time, buddy. Your father is taking a very lewd-looking airplane into the upper stratosphere. I mean, the Elevons appear to be... Oh my god, you wouldn't. It's rocking. It's rocking me, baby. She's fighting me. She's fighting me. She fought me. She fought me too much. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jebediah. Okay. Revert to spaceplane hangar. Ruka, you got any tips? What if we put these on the edge of the wing? Yeah, that's the secret right there. So again, I have basically no idea if these are working as intended. Get out of here. I want these under the wings. That is, like, just hideous. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's launch this bad boy up. Ruka, you can't sit on top of the computer. Get your fingernails out of there. They're not fingers either. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. Why jump behind the computer? I gotta know. What's the compulsion? It's perfectly balanced. He's done it. Okay. Crank that throttle. Again, we're already moving. It's a good start. Just gain speed right now. You are pivoting slightly. Just gotta tell you that. You've started a slight pivot here. Okay, now you've entered an unescapable pivot. But grass is a really good runway. It's something that a lot of people don't know. On the bright side, look at how well balanced this thing is. Until we all are vaporized, it works pretty well. Revert this flight, revert. You know, it's been a few minutes of despair here. We're getting it. We now almost have, like, a Mark 1. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I don't understand these Elevons. I don't respect them. I'm gonna put them right there. This is not any airplane that I've ever seen in my life that's looked like this. However, we now do have flaps. They didn't like to attach to the back. Maybe we're supposed to put them on fins? I don't know the answer to your question. Holding steady. Holding steady. Not holding steady much longer. It's all good as long as you don't crash into the buildings. Y'all. I'm sailing away. I can't retract the landing gear, unfortunately. Yes, I tried pressing G. It doesn't seem to work, apparently. $3,000 to 5,000 meters. Approaching. On board, I'm the captain. So climb aboard. We gotta get to 200 meters per second, please. He's done it. He's a god. All we gotta do is haul it. All we gotta do is fit the conditions. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it, right? Can you tell me if he's done it? Okay, sick. Free to face the night that's ahead of me. Let's go back to the base, please. All right, don't do this to me. Some happy, some sad. Pull out of it. Pull out of it. Pull out of it. Microsoft Flight Simulator. We got so much fuel. This is the easiest thing in the world. I can't believe that this ended up being the working space plane, by the way. Oh, you should never start a maneuver like that. All I'm trying to do is turn very slightly to the left. It's not working out that well for me, to be honest. Very slowly working my way back to this rock. So here's what I think we're going to do. We're going to pull up. Yep, okay, good start. Make the crash look even more spectacular here. Yeah, that's... Just hold that for a second. That's okay. You're flying upside down. Not sure if you've noticed that. Just pull up a little. Okay. Cut the throttle completely. Cut the throttle completely. Level out. If you're going down, you're going down. But we're going to do it in a way that is... you know, safe for Jebediah. No, I don't want sticky keys to be on. I like it. No, you were doing fine. You were doing fine. You had a really gentle sort of bank turn going on there. I liked it. I need you to cut the throttle again. Thinking we should just put this bad boy down. All right. Breaker, breaker. I'm approaching runway Aquamarine. I've got the runway in my sights. It appears to be 1 Pacific Ocean in length. Confirmed. You do have permission to not die. Cut the engine, please. Everybody die. But dude, it's a start. It's a start. Revert to spaceplane hangar, please. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I don't think this was too bad for a first real attempt at a spaceplane. Again, if you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Otherwise, subscribe. Helps out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.